I found this foil unopened at a garage sale for, I can't remember if it was 50 cents or $1, and it was completely unopened. So guys, look for alternate places to find your foils and your plastic wraps and all of that to help you save money. So by buying this foil at garage sale for 50 cents or $1 versus $8 retail at Walmart, I saved myself $7.50 for literally like 30 seconds worth of work. Save your cereal liners from your bags. I used this one to wrap our cookies the other day, but you could use them to wrap sandwiches. Just cut them off and use them to wrap sandwiches for lunches. Flatten your meat like chicken breasts. You can put those in there. Smack them with a tenderizer, and then this is disposable and you can just put it straight in the trash when you're done. You could just use it as regular baggies if you want. Now here is how oh, somebody's been in the chocolate chips. Oh dear. Okay, now I've had this folder for 10 years. I think it's time to upgrade to a more pretty folder, but I just store my foil and my cereal bags in here and then use them as I need them. By using cereal bags instead of buying parchment paper, I saved myself $3.50, which equals to about $17.50 a year. Here's a little money saving tip. When you're done dipping your chicken, you don't want to waste all of this really good flour mixture. So what I do is I put it in the freezer, then the bacteria from the chicken won't grow, and you can reuse it again for your next batch of chicken. By making my own flour seasoning at home to dip my meats in, instead of paying $3.62 each week for one of these, I would save about $175 a year. That's a huge savings. I wash my birthday candles. Is that the ultimate in frugality? So I take a little bit of warm water, a blob of soap, put them in here, let them soak, and then I just swish them around and see how nice and clean they come out. Then I just let them dry on the counter, and I probably haven't had to buy birthday candles in 25 years. That's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah. You know, I think that explains why there's always holes in the candles.
I calculated all the birthdays we've had for the last 30 years that Mike and I have been married, and I have saved $167 by not buying new birthday candles every birthday. Now, I just keep these in a little zip top bag in the refrigerator, and then when I need one, I just pull it out or use the one that I used in the recipe. Okay, and get this all nice and smooth. I figure I save $10 a year by using butter wrappers instead of buying Pam. So here's another tip. I reuse my parchment paper even if it's a little bit greasy. It's not a big deal. I just made some oatmeal cookies from our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1. And I'm gonna save this and reuse it again. I don't know, I get at least 3 or 4 uses out of each piece of parchment paper. I also use seal pats, which I love. Yes, it's looking really gnarly. I need to get some fresh. But love my seal pat also. This is a wash and reusable one, but I sometimes have to use the parchment for video reasons. I figure by reusing my parchment sheets, I save myself $25 a year over buying pre-cut parchment paper. Here's my next tip. I had the bird feeder bag that I got for my bird feeders right there. But guys, don't waste a trash bag. I opened it up, using it for trash, save myself a trash bag. The same thing with dog food, chicken food, whatever you have. Don't just throw those away, use them as trash bags. I save about $6 a year by using alternative trash sacks, my pillowcase covers, my dog food bags, my bird seed bags, anything like that that's not a traditional trash bag. I figured I save about $6 a year. This is a trick that people have been using since plastic bags were invented, but I just thought I would show you how I do it to make it quick and easy, and it's not a huge production. What I do is, first of all, if bags are really nasty, like if they've had meat in them or they're really, really gooey, I do not wash those. I just throw those away. But if they've just had breadcrumbs and maybe a little bit of frosting or something on them, I will wash those and save them for later. And here's how I do it. I take dish soap and I put a squirt of dish soap inside. I put a little water in. Then I hold the top and I just smush it around. And I just smush it and smush it and smush it. Get it all. Then just rinse it out. It's all clean. And I just hang it over my sprayer and let it dry. And that's how you wash out a baggie. To store the baggies, I keep just a Kleenex box, an old one, and I just push them in there. And you can get a lot in here. I think I counted one time and I got 40 or 50 in here. So you can keep quite a few. And then I just store that up in my cabinet, and when I need one, just pull it out and use it. So that's how you wash baggies. I wash about 3 baggies per day. I don't know what we're doing with the baggie situation, but I do wash about 3 baggies per day. That is 90 per month. And that is a savings of $100 a year by not throwing away my baggies after one use. The next thing I do is I put water in my condiment containers, my mustard, my ketchup, my barbecue sauce, and I rinse them out. After I think they're all empty, then I use that last little bit in recipes like my honey baked chicken. If you want this recipe, you can find it at our website, livingonadime.com. It's for honey baked chicken. I just used the sauce from this recipe and made it in the skillet in this video, but our honey baked chicken is our #1 recipe on our website, livingonadime.com. I didn't count a cost on rinsing out the mustard containers because really it's very negligible. But hey, when you're living on a dime to grow rich, every penny counts. Okay, homemade French bread, Texas toast, garlic toast, whatever you want. Now this is the regular Walmart bread, $1.32 for 21 slices. Now, this was left over, so this one can be made into garlic bread. The boys don't like the heels, but Mike and I do. Well, I don't anymore, but Mike does. Okay, and then you just sprinkle it on just like so. Okay, then you can just take a regular piece of bread, do the same thing. Now, this is how Mom did it. This is how the tightwad way of doing it. Okay, and same thing. And if you have a smushed one, you can do that too. Now, I got this for $1.47, but I can usually find it for 75 cents. But, of course, today when I need to find it on clearance, I didn't. But what you can do is just cut this in half. Make it super easy. Just like that. And then we're going to spread the butter all over it. Now, what you can do is, if you don't have French bread, and let's say you have leftover hamburger buns, right here. Now, it's the same price. It's the same amount of ounces, so it's the same price. But you can also do leftover hamburger buns if you don't have any French bread, and it will be a thicker toast. Okay, I ran out of my softened butter. I'll have to go get my softened butter. Okay, I'm gonna finish these up, pop them in the oven. Now, if you want, you can fold this in half and wrap it in foil and put the oven. I like to broil it because we like it toasty on top. Now, this is a pretty simple recipe, but if you need it, it's on page 88. Underneath our French bread is the garlic bread in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1. I'm gonna pop these in the oven and show you what they look like. I'd do half cheese bread and half garlic bread on this. Jack is getting ready to come home for lunch, so that'll be a nice little treat for him. And then I put them spaced some further apart because these will go directly under the broiler that way. My oven is on broil right there. See, you can see the broiler. So I'm just gonna put it under there and just watch it for just a few minutes. Like, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes is usually all it takes. Might move this one over under the broiler a little bit better there. Okay, now we're under. All right, here is the French bread and here is the garlic bread. And it's made 3 different ways: leftovers, fresh, burger bun, and French bread. So by this way, you will save about $1 to $2 depending on if you get your French bread for cheaper or if you use this. I figured by not buying pre-made Texas toast, I save $180 a year. If you add all of these things up, it is over $500 a year. If you make $20 an hour, you bring home $15 an hour after taxes. That is 4 days you could take off a year with just these 10 tips. Guys, it really does add up. Please share some tips on how you save money on your grocery bill. Visit us at livingonadime.com.